Hi everyone! Al Ittihad intends to break the world transfer record. Alonso has become closer to joining Real Madrid, and Sergio Ramos helps Barca to earn victory in La Liga. Leave a like to this episode, subscribe to our channel, and let's get the show on the pitch. Squad problems had recently hit Juventus camp. Danilo, Bremer, Nicolo Fagioli and Moise Kean could miss the fixture against Atalanta due to injuries. Kylian Mbappe is a PSG player. We are happy to have him and we will have him. He loves this club and he is a fantastic player. He is the best in the world. We are happy, Nasser Al-Khelaifi said. Jose Mourinho on unsuccessful results. This is the worst start to a season for AS Roma and for me as manager. I think it was also the first time that we played 2 European finals in a row. Chelsea left back Ben Chilwell is out of action for 4 weeks with a hamstring injury he picked up in the EFL Cup game against Brighton. Nottingham Forest's team photo for this season have gone viral online. It reveals the team's newly minted forward Divock Origi having very serious fitness issues. Manchester United have allowed Antony to train with the first team and be available for selection. He will resume training today. The decision may be changed, though, depending on investigation results. Newcastle United winger Harvey Barnes will not play again this year after a scan revealed the extent of his foot injury. It'll take at least 9 months to fully recover. Chelsea central midfielder Carney Chukwuemeka has resumed first-team training with the club after recovering from an ankle injury. I've decided to move to Germany to possibly spend the last season of my career. I played 20 years in Italy. I consider this decision very important since my career is coming to an end. I want to become a coach. Union Berlin defender Leonardo Bonucci shared. Former Brazil head coach Tite is one step away from taking charge of Flamengo. He will replace Jorge Sampaoli in this position. Manchester United have announced that their centre-back Lisandro Martinez is set for an extended period on the sidelines after aggravating a foot injury he suffered back in April. His condition worsened in early September during a tie against Arsenal. Nice central midfielder Alexis Baka wanted to commit suicide after breaking up with his girlfriend. He hung from the edge of the Magnan Viaduct at a height of close to 100 meters, but emergency services managed to rescue and bring the 22-year-old player to safety. I'm working to identify what we need for January on the transfer market. I'm more involved in transfers. I'm on it. Chelsea boss Mauricio Pochettino assures. PSG left back Nuno Mendes has successfully undergone knee surgery. He will miss 4 months of action. RB Leipzig has terminated the contract with its sporting director Max Abril. He's been working at the club structure since December 2022. Diego Simeone's contract extension talks with Atletico Madrid will resume in the coming days, possibly during the international break. He's expected to renew his deal until 2026. Barcelona are hopeful of officially announcing a new contract for Lamine Yamal on October 2nd. The agreement will be lasting until the summer of 2026, which is the limit for 16-year-old players. Jadon Sancho case? I've said everything, nothing to add, Erik ten Hag said. David Alaba's injury is not very serious. He could be ready against Napoli. International breaks are the problem. The players are tired and there is no time for recovery, Carlo Ancelotti noted. Manchester City midfielder Bernardo Silva will miss the upcoming match against Wolverhampton Wanderers. He still has not recovered from a knock he picked up in the game against Red Star Belgrade. Liverpool will make a €60 million bid to Borussia Dortmund for Daniel Malen this winter. He is considered as a backup option to Mohamed Salah. Manchester United will compete with Barcelona for 18-year-old Royal Antwerp midfielder Arthur Vermeeren. Lazio centre-back Alessio Romagnoli suffered a compound fracture of his nasal bones. He is under clinical monitoring, expected to return to the pitch wearing a mask. Bottom of the La Liga table side Almeria have sacked head coach Vicente Moreno, who worked in the team for only 3 months. He received several bids, but the player always tells me, Inter, only Inter. Lautaro has a special feeling with the club and fans. He loves Inter, the group and the project, told Lautaro Martinez's agent. Cristiano Ronaldo scored 10 goals and provided 5 assists in the 7 opening match days of the Saudi Pro League. He's on top of the league table in both components. Juventus is the main favorite in the fight for the Scudetto. In general, 4 teams are fighting for the victory in the championship, but Juventus has a significant advantage. And this is due to the absence of matches in the Euro Cups. Stefano Pioli admitted. The Super League is a joke. Juventus has already left the project. Barca and Real must do the same. There is no other option, PSG president Nasser Al-Khelaifi stated. Toni Kroos and Luka Modric are unhappy with their current role at Real Madrid. They want to play regularly, and talking about their age actually annoys them. Nicolas Füllkrug has scored his debut goal for Borussia Dortmund. He opened the scoring against Hoffenheim. Monza have announced the signing of 2022 World Cup winner Papu Gomes, who was a free agent at that point. His contract is valid for 1 season. Neymar could not give any contributive action in another match for Al Hilal, this time against Al Shabab. The Brazilian failed to land a penalty kick. Yesterday, we had a few football fixtures played in the major European leagues. A real drama was taking place in Montjuic. Barcelona completely outplayed Sevilla, but the winner was delivered by Sergio Ramos. What the f? Real Madrid icon bundled the ball into his own net after a header from 16-year-old Lamine Yamal, whom Ramos brought onto the pitch as just a boy from the academy back in 2016. As the game was coming to an end, Barca supporters decided to troll Sergio, chanting "Ramos, Ramos, Ramos." Borussia Dortmund have secured themselves a hard-fought 3 points, with Marco Reus scoring for the 2nd game in a row. Nicolas Füllkrug and Julian Ryerson also stood out for Dortmund, who managed to carry the ball from his own half of the pitch and make full use of the one-on-one situation. And now we are moving on to the main news of the release. Real Madrid are actively following the course of the conflict between Victor Osimhen and Napoli, which revolves around a controversial TikTok video. The Merengues officials are big fans of the Nigerian forward, thus they will use any opportunity to recruit the top scorer of last season in Serie A. Italian media believe that Osimhen's departure after the dispute is almost inevitable. Napoli are trying to change the situation for the better by releasing a public apology, but Osimhen wants to quit the Partenopeans nevertheless. In the summer of 2024, Barcelona may return to the idea of transferring Bayern centre-back Matthijs de Ligt, whom the Catalans were interested in during his spell at Ajax. The Dutchman lost the competition for a place in Bayern's lineup to Kim Min-jae and Ayo Upamecano, which is why he wants to leave Munich. However, Bayern are not going to let the 24-year-old defender go cheap, as the Rotten paid 6 to 7 million euros for his services to Juventus. Everything will depend on Barca's financial situation before the start of the next season. Kevin De Bruyne's injury is already pushing Manchester City to look for alternatives. Pep Guardiola dreams of acquiring Bayern star Jamal Musiala, who hasn't always been featured in Bavarian's starting lineup lately. It is expected that Musiala will be the citizens' main transfer target for next summer. In case there will be no agreement with Bayern, then Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen will be seen as a backup option. Musiala scored 12 goals and completed 13 assists in 33 Bundesliga appearances last season, while he has only been involved in 2 Bundesliga fixtures this season so far. Everything comes to the fact that Xabi Alonso, not Raul Gonzalez, will become the next head coach of Real Madrid. If the Whites eventually choose the head coach of Bayer Leverkusen, then the German side will not be able to force their star coach to stay, despite the existing contract until the summer of 2026. Alonso himself is open to the possibility of leading his former team. Earlier on, it was also reported that Real Madrid are considering the candidacy of Brighton Hove Albion head coach Roberto De Zerbi. Under Alonso's guidance, Bayer won 23 matches out of 44. This season, the Black and Reds pulled 13 points in 15 matches. Saudi Arabian side Al Ittihad will not stop in its efforts to acquire the most influential Arab player of our time, Mohamed Salah. As soon as the winter transfer window opens up, the Tigers will try to break the football's transfer record. They will offer Liverpool 250 million euros, which is equal to 216 million pounds. The current record, 222 million euros, belongs to Neymar's departure from Barcelona to PSG. Folks, check out more videos from our other projects and enjoy today's matches. Thank you all, and have a nice weekend. See you in a bit.